Senator Mary Moran to make her contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Last Chair. I'd like to welcome the Minister to the House. I think this is probably the toughest debate that any of us will ever be in this week, and the decisions that are made this week will certainly totally impound on it. You know, all previous senators have talked about letters coming in, and yes, we've all had the most heartfelt letters, and I'm speaking more here as a parent because I am a parent of a child with special needs and on the autistic spectrum that fits all of these things. And the last thing I want to do, the last thing I'm sure any of us want to do, are to impinge cuts that we don't want. Nobody wants them. But we've got, and Minister Burton has met, I have met with her, I have put my fears and my concerns to her, and she has gone in great detail to explain the bigger picture. And I think we have got to do it, as Senator Fergal Quinn said earlier on, we've got to look at the bigger question. I think the whole hub of the whole thing concerning the respite care grant is the fact that there is no respite. The respite services in this country are absolutely appalling. I have a child who sleeps, if I'm lucky, sleeps 3 hours a night, if I'm lucky, and he is now 15 years of age. I could add up the amount of sleepless nights that I have had walking, and then go and do my job. At one stage, to get bread on the table, I had to drive 70 miles a day to go over and back, and I did it for my children to get them because I knew there was a goal at the end of it. Without respite care, without anything. And that's where the problem is, Minister, I think, is that the respite care has disappeared in the last year. I know in my own area, and I've said this to you, that respite care was available. There was a children's respite unit, and I'm just talking here about the children that are under 18. A respite care unit has now gone from being open to being closed and only open 7 days in every 31. And God forbid if your child gets sick in those other days. God forbid if you have a bereavement. God forbid if you have an emergency. You do not have. And that is the most frightening thing for any parent of a child with special needs who needs respite. It's just that there is nothing there. So what I would say, Minister, is we need to look at the respite situation to heal that. There are many people out there that would gladly give up the respite care grant altogether in some cases if they could be assured of respite and proper respite services were in place. I know of one person, and I have raised this in this House before, of a person who is taking her first break ever in 9 years to attend and be bridesmaid at her sister's wedding, and who has now been told, no respite, we can't guarantee you that there will be respite in the area that weekend. Tough. So now she has to make the decision that she either, to great cause and detriment and even hurt and pain, to take the child over to England or to forgo and go on. And that's only one of thousands and thousands of the emails that have absolutely broken my heart, because I know from first-hand experience exactly what all of these people are going through. So, Minister, I would say, if nothing else comes out of this, if we can get a proper respite service in this country where the HSE give the money, and the money, that there isn't a blanket handing over of money to the respite service, that every penny is accounted for, a proper service is up, and we're all watching what's there. I'm sorry. One other thing that I think is vital as well is an interdepartmental survey on respite care services and the breakdown between these services and the HSE, so that we know, because I know I've tried to even do it in my own area, to get a picture of what the services are like, who would avail of respite. There are many people out there who would gladly avail of respite services if they could get it.
Thank you very much, Senator Moran, for your contribution.